The streets of New York feel different as the Turtles sense a strange tension rippling through the city. Leonardo leads the brothers on a night patrol, trying to understand why the people seem unusually afraid. Donatello picks up an odd energy signature, something unlike anything he's detected before. Michelangelo cracks jokes to ease the mood, though even he feels the unease in the air. Raphael clenches his fists, already anticipating danger. Their instincts prove right when the ground shakes with a sudden tremor. As they dive into the shadows, a glowing crack forms along the pavement near Times Square. Donnie scans it and discovers it's some kind of dimensional rupture. Before they can react, mechanical drones swarm out of the crack and begin scanning civilians. Leo orders a defensive formation, pushing the machines back. The Turtles fight with precision, but these drones adapt quickly. Even Raph admits they're tougher than usual. Mikey films the whole thing for proof, amazed and terrified. After destroying the last drone, the Turtles retreat to the lair to regroup. Splinter senses a greater threat approaching, one tied to ancient prophecies he once hoped would never come true. Donnie studies the drone fragments and finds a unique emblem resembling a stylized serpent. Leo's concern deepens. None of their old enemies used such technology. Raph insists they track the energy source head-on, but Splinter suggests patience. Mikey nervously eats pizza while they argue about their next move. That night, April O'Neil contacts them with new footage showing dimensional tears appearing around the city. She explains that scientists are panicked, unable to determine the cause. Donnie realizes that the rifts are expanding at an exponential rate. Leo warns the team that this could destabilize New York entirely. Raph suggests confronting the source directly, frustrated by waiting. Mikey tries calming everyone down but fails as tension rises. The Turtles head to an abandoned subway station where Donnie traces the strongest energy spike. The deeper they go, the colder and darker the air becomes. Strange symbols glow faintly on the walls, none of them recognizable. Leo senses they're being watched. Raph grips his sais tightly, ready for a fight. Suddenly, a voice echoes, welcoming them to the rebirth of order. A tall figure emerges from the shadows, Dr. Meridian Kane, a former tech pioneer thought to be missing. He steps forward wearing advanced armor with snake-like patterns pulsing with energy. Kane explains that he intends to merge dimensions in pursuit of perfect balance. The Turtles immediately reject his idea, recognizing the danger. Kane releases a pulse wave that throws them back violently. Donnie shouts that Kane's power is drawing from the dimensional rifts themselves. The Turtles escape only because Mikey accidentally triggers an old emergency rail system that sends them flying out of the tunnel. They crash through debris and land painfully several blocks away. Raph curses the risky escape, though he secretly appreciates Mikey's quick thinking. Leo admits Kane's power surpasses anything they've faced. Donnie worries Kane is accelerating the rift expansion. Splinter urges them to prepare for war. Back in the lair, Donnie creates a prototype stabilizer designed to temporarily seal the rifts. It's unstable and dangerous, but the best shot they have. Leo rallies the brothers, reminding them of the lives depending on them. Mikey asks what happens if the stabilizer explodes, and Donnie winces at the possibility. Raph shrugs, saying they're turtles, they've survived worse. Splinter places his hand on each of them, blessing their mission. Their first attempt to seal a rift in Central Park nearly fails when mutated vine-like creatures emerge from the opening. The Turtles fight fiercely as the vines drag benches, trees, and even lampposts inward. Donnie activates the stabilizer, narrowly closing the rift. Exhausted, the brothers realize the creatures are manifestations from another dimension. Mikey jokes they're nature's nightmare noodles, but he's visibly shaken. Leo orders constant patrols. As dimensional storms begin tearing through the city, chaos spreads everywhere. Civilians flee as portals swallow cars and tear apart buildings. April reports that Kane is using a central device called the Meridian Core. Donnie predicts that if Kane activates it fully, every dimension could collapse into each other. Raph punches a wall, furious at their limited time. Leo pushes the brothers onward despite their fear. They follow Kane's signal to a massive underground chamber beneath the Brooklyn Bridge. The walls vibrate with energy as the Meridian Core pulses like a giant mechanical heart. Kane stands before it, chanting in a language none of them recognize. Leo demands he stop, but Kane claims only he can bring true order. Mikey tries distracting him with jokes, but Kane ignores every word. Raph rushes in, beginning the inevitable battle. The Turtles clash with Kane's enhanced armor and an army of adaptive drones. Donnie attempts to hack the Core's protective field while Mikey defends him with acrobatic nunchaku strikes. Raph battles fiercely, refusing to retreat even as the drones overwhelm him. Leo faces Kane one-on-one, struggling to counter his unpredictable attacks. Kane taunts him, saying chaos always loses to design. The chamber shakes dangerously as the Core nears activation. Donnie finally breaches the field and discovers a hidden failsafe requiring simultaneous manual shutdown. He calls out instructions, and each turtle must hit a different panel across the chamber. The team splits up as drones chase them relentlessly. Mikey nearly slips but recovers with surprising grace. Raph smashes through the obstacles with brute force. Leo fights his way to the final console, bleeding but determined. Kane realizes their plan and unleashes a dimensional surge that knocks everyone down. The Core reaches critical instability, glowing brighter than ever. Donnie screams that the shutdown must happen now or everything collapses. Splinter suddenly appears, having tracked them despite his injuries, and helps stabilize Donnie's station. With their father's help, hope rekindles. Leo calls for one last push. Each turtle slams their shutdown panel in perfect sync. The Core emits a blinding flash that shakes the entire chamber. Kane screams in outrage as his power dissipates, and the rifts begin collapsing inward. The massive energy feedback engulfs him, pulling him into a shrinking vortex. The turtles shield themselves as the Core implodes. When the light fades, Kane is gone. Silence fills the chamber. As the dust settles, the turtles realize New York is stabilizing. Donnie confirms the rifts have stopped forming. Mikey lies on the floor, exhausted but relieved. Raph admits Leo's leadership saved them once again. Splinter embraces them all proudly. They return to the surface, emerging into a peaceful dawn. New York citizens cheer the turtles as April films the emotional moment. For once, people see them not as shadows but as true heroes. Mikey can't stop smiling, overwhelmed by the gratitude. Donnie receives requests from scientists to help explain the rift phenomenon. Raph acts tough but secretly warms at the praise. Leo thanks the city for trusting them. A week later, the brothers return to their routines, though life feels changed. Donnie continues studying the remaining fragments of Kane's technology. Mikey works on a celebratory mural near their lair. Raph trains harder than ever, wanting to be prepared for any future threat. Leo meditates more often, reflecting on the cost of the battle. Splinter watches them proudly, sensing their growth. During a nighttime patrol, they encounter a faint energy shimmer in the sky. Donnie assures them the dimensional crisis is over, but something about the flicker feels familiar. Leo decides they must remain vigilant, no matter how small the disturbance. Raph welcomes any challenge coming their way. Mikey suggests maybe it's just cosmic fireworks. Donnie remains uncertain, analyzing every detail. The turtles stand atop a rooftop, gazing over the city they swore to protect. Their bond feels stronger than ever after surviving the dimensional catastrophe. Leo reminds them that as long as they stand together, no threat is unbeatable. Raph smirks and calls for more training. Mikey proposes pizza instead, as always. Donnie agrees, saying they earned it.